What does it mean to create your own reality? I'm Lori Boland. I'm the founder at iThoughtMind. I'm a medical intuitive and a vibrational intuitive trainer. In today's lecture, Transforming Realities. What is it like to create your own reality? How do you do it? Well, I'm going to be talking about that in this lecture. So before I begin, I want to thank you for joining me. If you're joining me live, if this is your very first time ever watching one of my lectures, hey, I'm super glad you're here. That means that either someone shared the video with you or you're a new friend of mine, and it means the world to me. So I have spent over 30 years helping people understand, how do you create your reality? And how do you transform that reality? So I want to break it down for you. First, let me get a little science on you for a second here. So our mind works like this. So we have 40 bits of consciousness, and then we have over 1 million and something in our subconscious. And our subconscious is the storage unit. So all it does is stores all the data of memories and things that we've already created. Okay, now what we do is we focus on our perception. Creating your perception starts with your emotion. Then that emotion will transform to words. Often those thoughts can be triggered by words that you hear from others. So therefore it sets the emotional tone for your emotion. So we take a look at the law of vibration, okay? There's 7.8 billion people on the planet. We're all energy. The law of vibration, okay, is always working, and the law of attraction is that echo vibration. So think about it like this, for example, okay, if you have a trigger word, all right, and somebody says that word, automatically it sets off that emotion for you. Now, we're living in a world more than ever, words are being triggered to set the tone of your emotion. So think about creating the world that you really want to live in. So everybody can think about that right at this moment. And the minute that you think about what it is that you want to attract for your life, okay, often what happens is that what you are wanting to attract, okay, is further from where you currently are. So I want to break it down to make it even easier for you to understand this. So we're all energy, and we also emanate through a Wi-Fi signal. So Wi-Fi signal is set off based on our emotions, okay, and therefore that sets the perception, and then our thoughts. But now, when's the last time somebody has said a thought to you, or maybe you've been really happy in the car and you get to the red light and somebody cuts you off and they're flipping you off or something, and those start to set the actions, okay, to the words that lower your emotion. So I'm sure you guys have heard about, all right, visualize what it is that you want in your life, okay? Everybody wants the golden ticket to how do I manifest a beautiful life? Well, when you are wanting to manifest a beautiful life, you must feel like you are in a beautiful life, okay? Now, I understand that that seems a bit like contrast, so I want to break it down for you even more, okay? So we live in this conformity of consciousness that is a pyramid, and we know the 1% is at the top, and as you get further down the pyramid, there's more larger percentage of people. Do you get that? So therefore, you're conditioned based on a belief, all right, of I'm closer to the bottom, so therefore I must be struggling. So when we look at the conformity factor, there are components in that conformity factor. So if you are a person that is sitting here saying, I am feeling lack, okay, I don't have enough money in my life, then you are what's called in the in-between. That means gray matter. Okay, so based on that, how the grid system, and I've talked about this before, the grid system works on survival, then lack, okay, scarcity, and then money, okay, or materialism. So if we take just that one grid, for example, think about this. If you are feeling lack in your life, then your emotion, all right, first thing might have been is your perception was aware of your bank account, okay, or was aware of your bills. So if it was aware of that, okay, now the first thing could have been if you were out of a job, okay, so then you realized I don't have a job, now I am more aware of my money, now I'm concerned that of lack, so it creates an emotion that says I'm frustrated. So think about this for a moment. Pay close attention, all right? So if you look at what's going on in the world right at this moment and all the riots and the peace, protests and everything else, okay? So there's 7.8 billion people on the planet. We are also having Wi-Fi signals. So think about this. Let's say that there are about 1 billion people that are unhappy in the world right now. They're frustrated. They don't like what's going on in the world, and they say, "Okay, I'm gonna stand up and change it." Okay, and everything along those lines. Then the Wi-Fi signal that you are connecting to, okay, is making what it is that you want even harder. Does that make sense to you? Because then it says this right here. Now, if I go to the second component, that gray matter is approval. I don't approve of this. I think this is horrible. Now, clearly, I can say those words. I don't approve of this. This is horrible. But if I'm wanting to create a reality of a world of peace, okay, that there is a world of no crime, there is a world that people aren't victims, they aren't getting injured, they aren't this, okay, people are outgrowing disease and illness, different things. If I want that world, okay, then I must make sure that I am not in a gray matter. Gray matter meaning I don't approve of this. Okay, so if you're collaborating in the I don't approve of this, everything that you are wanting to create your reality will not become your reality. So stick with me. I know for some of you guys it may be a little tricky here, okay? Bear with me, because often people want to jump up to their beliefs, okay? And they go, no, this is important. This is important, okay? 7.8 billion people on the planet. Everyone's energy. Okay, you have the ability to transform your reality. There isn't a single person that's watching this, whether you watch it live or on the replay, that isn't like, yes, the reality I want is amazing. I mean, amazing. No one's wanting a reality of suffering. Okay, do you follow me? There could be people on the planet, but I don't connect with those people. Okay, and I don't encourage you to either, because again, it's called synchronization. So if you are wanting a beautiful reality, and every single one of you guys do, you might want an abundance of money, you might want a specific role, okay, in your life. You may want a soulmate, a deeper relationship, anything you want to transform your life into. Every single breath that you take right now, energy is emanating and you are transforming your reality. Pay close attention. This is the power of your energy. So if you are wanting, okay, to create this beautiful reality that you really, really love, that you really, really want, okay, you must first understand that every breath you take is energy. Now, are you using that breath to speak words, do you follow me, that bring you further away from the reality in which you want to connect with? Remember, we're all Wi-Fi signal connecting to something, whether it's words, okay, actions, feelings, you're connecting. So we're all energy vibrating and isolating ourselves at different frequencies. So I'm pretty sure you probably have heard, become the change that you want to become, okay? So be the reality that you want, okay? Not the reality that you don't want. So pay close attention. When things go really super bad in the world, and 2020 has not been such a blessing for a lot of people in this world, whether it be due to a pandemic, whether it be due to racism, economic crisis, you name it, okay? There's been a lot of people that have suffered in the world, okay? And they're continuing suffering every single day. So in that factor, okay, it is important more than ever because of this. Do you follow me? So think about this. I think this was Frazier, okay, and Muhammad Ali. I hope I have the two together, okay? Actually, I think it was Frazier. It could have been. Anyways, I should know this because I follow boxing, okay? So, okay, the boxer is down, and it is the 11th round. It goes 12 rounds, okay? He's down, and the ref is counting to 10. There's no way he's going to win this fight, okay? Right at the last second, he gets up. He gets up, okay? And then he ends up winning the fight. So think about this for a moment. He doesn't even think, do you follow me, about anything but what it is that he wants to create, all the suffering. So if you focus on the suffering, he could be in the I can't do it, Okay, I've got 1 second. I can't do it. I'm out. I need to practice next time. Next time, maybe I'm going to win the championship. Do you get that? So think about when there is suffering in the world, a massive amount of suffering. The time is to rise up. Rise up. What do you connect your energy to? You connect your energy to the world that you want. Do you follow me? And if every single person was in their home, or if they were under a bridge, if they were homeless, okay? Everyone has this capability. You don't need the internet, okay? And you certainly don't need some fancy thing to be driving or a beautiful house to live in. Everybody has this inside them. You can transform your reality starting today. Transform it every time you're breathing. The energy is coming out. Okay, if somebody is saying something to you, okay, that is a thought trigger, that is now triggering an emotion for you, okay, then back away from that, because every breath that you waste educating someone gets you further away from the reality in which you want to transform to. Do you get that? If you think about this, you look at relationships, and if you're in a long-term relationship, I'm pretty sure there's been a time or two that you've had an argument, okay? And I know people that they will not talk for days. I can't imagine. My husband and I look at each other, and my husband's like, I don't know what I'd do if you didn't say anything for days. You talk a lot, okay? So the reality of this is that every breath that I take and every breath he takes, do you follow me? If we know it's going to take us somewhere to a reality we don't want to create, then we don't breathe air in that direction. So think about the power. Your breath is your life force. Generating that life force, if you were speaking into something, okay, right now, especially in the world, if you take a look at the world right at this moment, okay, and the 1%, okay, the 1% in the conformity is always looking at, is it in my favor? Sometimes everyone in chaos, there's a secret agenda, okay? If you guys don't think that there's always a 1% doesn't have an agenda, they have an agenda, okay? Hey, here you go, you're fighting. That's on you, but meanwhile, I'm changing things. So think about this. You right now, no matter where you are in your life, if you are struggling and you have been living in your life in such a frustrating, angered disappointment, okay, in a way that you're like, gosh, I wish I could do something, okay? You can do something. You have breath. This is the breath of life. So that means no matter if you're under a bridge, wherever you're at, you're homeless, anything, you have the biggest capability to create your reality. And that is to breathe life in its favor, okay? Speak words over its favor that make you happy, okay? It may not always make other people happy. Do you follow me? But you cannot create an emotion for someone else. Only they can. So think about that. Your thoughts. All right, your thoughts could be wonderful to you, but somebody else could misunderstand those thoughts, okay? And they may be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Do you follow me? But the difference is you're breathing life into the reality in which you want to live in. That's how you transform your life. If you sit here in a relationship and you have strife, okay, and all you do is you focus on that, there's an expression that people we know always say, you're always bitching. You're always bitching. You're always complaining, okay? If you're always bitching and you're always complaining, what are you breathing life into? What reality are you going to live in? You're going to live in a reality of a bunch of people that do nothing but bitching, okay, and complaining. Do you get that? But if you breathe life into what it is that you want to create, and you only connect your energy to that, and that's the Wi-Fi signal, do you get that? Then pretty soon you're going to have the life that you want. This is what I teach people all the time. I've been teaching this for over 30 years. Now more than ever, it's very evident that you want to learn about the energy matrix. The energy matrix, believe it or not, when I'm teaching people that in the matrix system is how to understand, it's easy to see triggers, and it's easy in a world where people still live in therapy, okay? Our word matters. Okay, your breath matters, but breathe it in a way that is conducive to the world that you want to live in. Do not breathe it in a way of passing judgment. If you breathe it into a way of passing judgment, you are going to create more judgment. If you're breathing into, hey, I'm going to educate people on racism because I want to be anti-racism, okay, then you're breathing life into anti-racism. breathe life into a world that everyone's energy and everyone's equal. There is no crime. Everybody has everything that they want into their life. Do you follow me? You see miracles all day long. You see beautiful things accomplishing in this beautiful world. There is no division because you don't see it. It's not in your reality. You are breathing and transforming your reality. So more than ever in your life, you can start to learn how to use the power that you have, that breath that you have, and how it can transform your reality. Okay? The same way with your feelings. Someone's going to stir you up all the time. If they're going to stir you up in the inside, you're going to get worried, you're going to get guilty, you're going to feel frustrated, you're going to feel anger. Do you follow me? Then you are taking your breath and transforming it into a reality that is filled with that. And that is a fact. That is a fact from science. You have this beautiful gift and you're letting people take advantage of that, get you all stirred up. Think about this. If somebody, now I never do anything out of malice, but think about that. There are people in this world that will do things out of malice. They will do this out of ego. If they know they can stir you up by cutting you down, bullying you, okay, making you think you're nothing, and then try to turn around and try to sell you something that they think is going to get you into something. Do you follow me? By the way, if you wear these designer clothes, you will feel so much better. Okay? Now, I'm not knocking on designer clothes. If it's a thing that you enjoy and that's the reality that you want to transform your life in, well, that's great. Do you get it? So what I am trying to tell you more than ever, okay, is that the world you are giving the world permission to make you small. Make you small and making you forget that you have the beauty to create your own reality. You have the breath of life. You have that breath of life that can transform your reality and transforming meaningful relationships, relationships of love, a world of peace, a world that there is no division at all, okay? But because if you breathe life into it, you can't just in your next breath look over here and say, let me give a piece of my mind, okay? You cannot do that. Do you know some of the greatest leaders in the world, okay, that are no longer in this world, was breathing life into it because they were happy about and passionate about the reality that they were transforming it to. You get that? But not everybody does that. There are going to be people in this world that are going to try to box you in so they can make themselves feel like they can get to the reality faster. And that simply is not okay. If you do not want to live in a world like that, start using your breath for you. Don't use your breath for someone else. Do you follow me? Don't give it a time of day for someone else. Use it for you. Do you get that? Because if you're using that breath for you, you're transforming your reality into something wonderful, something beautiful, something amazing. Then pretty soon the people around you are doing the same thing. Next thing you know, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, 2021 came in and all of a sudden we realized there was heaven here on earth, that it was so amazing, it was so beautiful, that this became a nightmare that was unbelievably gone, got rid of, no longer a part, a thought. It might be something in your subconscious, but it does not hold you down. It does not bear you as a slave to using your breath by your feelings and definitely by your words. This is what I teach people all the time, okay? I would love an opportunity to teach you. If you ever want to go to I Thought Mind, okay, check out some of my latest programs. I would love to be able to help you through that. This is what I do because I absolutely breathe life into happiness and in a world that is peaceful, healing, loving, abundant, and there is no strife in it. And that every human being walking this planet is energy, and they all have an intuitive intelligence. So that intuitive intelligence will all of a sudden give you a gut reaction to not go that way. Then you know, oh, that's not the reality that I create. I don't go that way. Do you follow me? Someone may want to gossip to me. I don't have the time of day to hear that. Matter of fact, anything I say about someone, I say to their face too. Do you follow me? And I see it with the best loving compassion that I have. Whether they perceive it that way, then well, that's on them. Do you follow me? But you get to breathe life into your world. You're doing it right now. You have been on this live feed for me or on the replay for some time. Think about what your reality is transforming in just simply from this message. Now think about what world you want to live in. Think about what you want your reality to be. What kind of relationships do you want to transform in your life that are meaningful, loving, connective? Do you get that? I have a neighbor that lives right next to me, and she's well in her 80s, okay? And I just love this woman. Every single time I come outside, she sees me, and she's just got to keep on having a conversation. Even if I said, I'm on the phone right now with my AirPods in, she'll just keep on going, keep on having a conversation. I love the fact that I take a moment. Do you follow me? I take a moment because I care. Take a moment to breathe life in something that you want a part of your reality. Don't take a moment, okay, to say you care. Breathe in life in creating frustration, strife, a reality that you want to say, I told you so, okay? You don't want to live in that. No one wants to hear I told you so. No one wants to live in a world that people are dying in by the hands of others. No one wants to live in that world. You get that? We have come a long way in the last 2,000 years in science alone to teach you that the breath of life is the answer to creating your reality and how you can perceive it. If you want to learn more about anything with the energy matrix, okay, leave a comment down below. I'll make sure someone from I Thought Mind gives you some information on it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will realize that your breath is powerful. It is more powerful than you know. It is the thing that keeps you alive. So when you can't breathe, you are not creating a life. You can't breathe. So when you're campaigning, I can't breathe, in honor of someone else, breathe life into a world that no one will ever say, I can't breathe. So I hope you enjoyed this message. I'm Lori Boland. I'm the founder of I Thought Mind. I'm a medical intuitive, vibrational intuitive trainer for over 30 years. Okay, thanks so much for taking the time out to tune into this video, whether you watched it live or on the replay. It means the world to me. Guys, remember, your breath is everything. When it is taken from you, it then becomes nothing for you. All right, much love. Namaste.